Hello YouTube and fellow Star Wars collectors! So here we are once again with another Star Wars collecting pickups video, and as you can see I have added quite a number of things to my collection, and they are mainly vehicles, specifically from the Clone Wars and prequel trilogy. You know, Hasbro is doing a little bit of a mini beat celebration for the prequel trilogy, but they're really just not getting me enough stuff that I want to see. So these are things that I've wanted to add to my collection for quite some time, and I just wanted to show some more love for the Clone Wars and prequel trilogy stuff, and just get these items into my collection. It's safe to say that I'm not just excited, but also relieved to finally add the turbo tank to my arsenal. That is a really hard to find vehicle for a decent price on the secondary market, and I was fortunate to get this one. It was already open in a display item, but they still had the box, so really good stuff there. Got it for a great deal. And to be honest, I got all of these items for a fantastic deal. All of these are great things that Hasbro should consider releasing in the future and make just a little easier for new collectors to add them to their displays. But yeah, very happy to get these. I will do full reviews of each one of these vehicles on my channel later. But for now, I wanted to share with you guys some of my recent pickups. So with that being said, let's take a quick look at each one of these items. And first up, we just have to talk some more about the Clone Turbo Tank, because I really thought I was never going to get this one added to my collection. It's just such a popular vehicle, and it's also, you know, like I said, a hefty price tag on the secondary market. And I unfortunately don't really have much faith that Hasbro is going to be releasing this one anytime soon, or if at all. I know it's highly sought after, it's been requested, but this was one of those vehicles from back of the heyday of collecting that had not only a lot of sculpting detail, but it had electronics, and I don't know, we just haven't seen that type of vehicle in a long time. The last thing we actually saw with electronics was the big Millennium Falcon, and that really had, you know, quite a significant price tag on it. I think somewhere in the $400 range, I can't remember. But yeah, I just don't know if they have the manufacturing capability to do these kind of items anymore. You know, our HasLab items haven't had any electronics, but that's okay. I know they say that sculpting is something that lasts forever, that kind of detail that they put into those items where, you know, electronics can burn out on you, they can stop working, which, you know, I do kind of agree with that. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you like electronics on your vehicles? Do you want to see those kind of items come back? But yeah, those are some reasons that I don't think I'll be seeing this one anytime soon as like a, you know, official Hasbro release. But I'm very happy to finally add this one to my collection and get it for a decent price. I'm also kind of excited because this is my first BARC speeder that I'm adding to my collection, believe it or not. I've never actually picked these up, and yeah, it's a pretty cool vehicle to get. You know, we saw these recently in The Mandalorian during that Keller and Beck flashback, and you know, they're pretty prominent in Clone Wars and stuff, so definitely happy to get one of these. It's got this wheel here, which is kind of funny, and you know, it's not the best sculpt in the world. I think Hasbro could do something really remarkable if they were to revisit the BARC speeder. But yeah, still, I'm pretty happy to have it. I put one of the newer Phase 2 Clone Troopers on it, and I think it looks pretty neat. So that's definitely something that's very exciting about this. And here we have the Turbo Tank in all of its glory, looking pretty good with these Phase 2 Clone Troopers that are fully articulated and, you know, definitive releases of that type of figure. And like I said, this one was an open box item, but it was 100% complete, so it's really nice to get something that's, you know, fully complete and just not missing parts and stuff like that, and for a very good price. You can see in the top left corner over here, we've got the Clone Trooper that comes with the Turbo Tank, which is not a very good figure. It's pretty outdated in terms of articulation, and it's more of the animated style figures that, you know, you saw with the Clone Wars line, which aren't really my favorite. I prefer, you know, vintage collection figures that are, you know, much more realistic. And yeah, I just got to say that this thing looks great with all these troopers displayed with it, and I really look forward to reviewing this one for you guys. And moving right along with my Star Wars pickups, we have the Vulture Droid. And this one was part of the Star Wars 3D line and a Walmart exclusive back in the day. Now, this is not the first time that you see the Vulture Droid in the 3 3/4 scale. We actually saw one for the Episode 1 line, and that one was a bit small. It definitely was underscaled. It also wasn't articulated like this one, and didn't have firing missiles. So this is definitely a big upgrade in my opinion, and the reason I wanted to pick this one up for my collection specifically. basically. As you can see, looks pretty good on this box, and I just wanted to add some more things to my Separatist forces. We don't really have a great B1 battle droid. That's definitely one of my top wanted figures for Hasbro to revisit and retool for a definitive release, but in the meantime, I thought I'd add to my Separatist forces by, getting some of these Vulture droids added to my collection. And next up we have another Vulture droid, but this time from the Clone Wars. So something to point out here is that this one actually has the Separatist color scheme that you see in the Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith. These are actually pretty prominent in that opening scene in Revenge of the Sith, while Anakin and Obi-Wan are flying towards Grievous's ship, and then they start attacking Anakin and Obi-Wan and releasing all those buzz droids and all that sort of chaos. But yeah, I also am a big fan of the Clone Wars, so of course I had to get this color scheme because it also looks much better in my opinion. The blue markings are just really cool. And while that previous one does have a nice episode 1 vibe to it, I think this one is definitely my favorite of the bunch. Taking a look at the back of the box, you can see the vehicle here nicely displayed, and you can really take in some of that color scheme and just see all those different hits of color that make this one look very special in my opinion. You can also see a couple images here that show the articulation of this vehicle when it's not in flight mode, as well as the firing missiles and just the head that does pop up and kind of move around. You can also see some really cool vehicles from back in the day like the Turbo Tank and Jedi Starfighter. So like I said, this one's a really cool one to get into your collection if you're a fan of the Clone Wars or Revenge of the Sith. So once again, a very cool vehicle to be adding to the collection. And finishing off my Star Wars pickups, we have yet another Vulture droid, but this one is a little different. It is the Hyena bomber from the Clone Wars, which as you can see was part of that Shadows of the Dark Side line. Another really cool vehicle in my opinion. It's got that great Separatist color scheme with lots of blues on it, and yeah, I just really like this one a lot. As you can see, it's got a firing projectile just like the other ones, and for this one the packaging converts into a diorama if you choose to display it like so. I hope you've enjoyed this video and taking a look at some of my recent Star Wars pickups. Be sure to check out the videos later of each one of these vehicle reviews, and don't forget to drop a like on this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. It really helps and is always greatly appreciated. Thanks everyone, and may the Force be with you.